For anybody who's been around my YouTube channel for a while, this is a Case 220 hydraulic drive. Maybe the sticker's on the side of the hood, I don't remember. Yep, looks like it. Case 220. And I have a mower deck out back for this tractor. This tractor did run really good. This is a 1974. Now the main thing I come over here for was this lift bracket for the snowplow. To put the snowplow on, you need that bracket. Alright. And if you have that on, that is most certainly going to interfere with the mower deck. So, I'm thinking until I put the blade on, I ain't going to screw with that. Make sense to you guys? Makes sense to me. I gotta come back over and get this thing running again. I forgot I stole the points cover off of this, and this is not the carburetor it had on it. This had a stack on it for a long time too. See, I got the elbow pointed down just to make sure no moisture or anything got in here. This shed didn't have a solid roof on it until about 2 or 3 years ago. So, this may kind of reinvigorate my ambition for this. Just to get it out and get it running. Anything that doesn't move around here becomes a catch-all. Look. Carb cleaner. This had gas in it at one time. This also had gas in it at one time. This also had gas in it at one time. Case stuff down there too. Now this had oil in it. Nothing. Anyhow, I have no idea when I had this thing run. 2016 maybe? Maybe? I bet you even earlier than that. 2014, 2013. It's been a long time since I had this run. But I had everything working on it. Except the charging system. Knowing what I know nowadays, because this had a starter generator on it originally, and actually the ear was broke off. Actually, right there it is. And the starter generator flywheel I took off, and I put on a regular stator flywheel and a stator. I don't think I changed the backing plate on this, but I have all the stuff to convert this back, and I may do that. Like I said, because nowadays I understand how the voltage regulators work for this. So, I think I can make it work. Sad thing was, I put all the new stuff on, still didn't charge. You know, the demons is what I figured. But regardless, if the other tractor doesn't work out, you know, I have this one. That's why I always figured to take the motor out of this and put in something else. Push ever come to shove. You know how it goes. So, alright, it's windy and stuff. I'm going to let my arm rest. I did something to my arm slash wrist. I think you guys can see that lump right there. I've had that for about 2 days. My arm kills me if I move it a certain way or like swing a hammer or something. So I just kind of knock it off and let my arm rest here because I'm going to need it for work tomorrow. So yeah. Alright, catch you guys on the next bit. Alrighty guys, got the Snowblade put on the Ingersoll 222 here. And this is actually Ingersoll blade. It kind of makes me sad to look at this blade because this blade was almost pristine whenever I put it over here. From what I remember, maybe it was a little more used than what I remember, but anyhow, she ain't so nice. She's been sitting outside for 7 years now. It was pretty good before that, but got my first, well, one of my first babies out here. This is a 1974 Case 220 hydraulic drive. This tractor actually came from my grandma's, and she gave it to me. I didn't even have my driver's license. I didn't even have my permit when I got this, so I bet you I was Well, maybe I did have my permit. Because if I had my permit, that would make it 2008-ish? We'll go with that. But anyhow, that's how long I've had this tractor. This tractor did run and drive a long time ago. And I think I kind of covered this in maybe an earlier segment, but basically I have just poached a bunch of parts off of this tractor over the years. Not really anything for any reason in particular. The charging system never worked on it, and at that point I just kind of lost interest, and I tried different things, threw a whole nother charging system on it, and blah blah blah. So, but I still have the original engine tin, which is actually rotted out, is laying above where the tractor was. I have the starter generator. I have the bracket. The starter generator bracket was actually broke, and actually the tin for this was actually laying up in that corner of the shop over there. It's been laying there for a long time. I kind of forgot that was laying there. But, yeah, I think I'm going to drag this thing out, get it running again. I now know a whole lot more about Kohler motors than I did when I was screwing with this. So, to tell you guys, when I was screwing with this, I was not quite 16, so I would have been right. I would have been right in that ballpark there. And let me tell you, I have learned a lot since then, and a lot of this Mickey Mouse wiring going on here, kind of the same thing that was going on with my 129 Cub. They actually came from the same place. They actually sat in the same building for about 10 years till the building fell down around them. So what I think I'm going to do here, like I said, I'm going to push her around back. If I get a rain day from work or over the weekend or something and I want to play with it and work on it some, that's what I'll do. So punch list looks like I need a coil, spark plug wire, probably oil condenser tube. Points are still on it. I did find a points cover. I had one laying on it, a black one. I think I might. I'm trying to decide if I want to convert this back to original or not, because now I have starter generators too. So, but I don't have a voltage. I need an old style voltage regulator. See, this all leads down the path of you need money, which is something I don't have a lot of yet. So that gets happening, then we'll fix it right. But for right now, I'll probably go through my parts pile and just get it running, even if it's back to where it was, not charging the battery. So be it. But that's my intent. It's actually it's got 3 flat tires. I had a heck of a time. I wanted to use the 222 and pull it out, which it had a heck of a time since it was so hard to roll. It's been in that spot. Like I said, I would bet 2016. It's 2022, so right there would be 6 years would be my guess. So anyhow, guys, enough jabber on. I'm going to get this all moved around, and I got to put all these back in yet. So, and it's probably fairly late in the afternoon now. So anyhow, back in a bit, guys. Alrighty, guys, been working on the old Case 220 here. I know it looks like a put together mess, and it kind of is. Starter was off a Commercial 10A. Yeah, it was off Commercial 10A. So is this blower housing. This coil I had laying on the bench. I think my buddy Alex gave that to me. There's the original tin that's supposed to be on it. I got the exhaust put together. The air cleaner cover is just put on there for show. Same with the shield just sitting on here for right now. Because I'm going to go look for a clip to go on this throttle shaft. And this carburetor is a different carb too. Because I took the carb off of this and put on something. It wasn't running right. And I put this carb back on here, and this thing still ran right from what I remember. So, yeah. And the other thing is I need a choke cable bracket, because the choke cable's here and works. So I need a cable bracket and a clip. And the other interesting thing was, I was over here working on this, and I thought the lights flashed or something, but the light bulb blew above my workbench over there. That light bulb has probably been in there for 10 years. Probably as long as I've been working on the case. I may have put that up when I was working on it. I don't remember. Is the camera blurry, guys? It does kind of look weird. I don't know. It jammed up again because I cleaned it out because it had that speck in it. I don't see the speck, so we're doing good there, but the camera is doing its jam up thing. So anyhow, I got the coil pretty much wired up, and all the wires are sitting on here loosely. Two things I need. One is a condenser, which I have new ones of those, and two is a voltage regulator. I don't have any of those, so I'll have to pilfer that off of something and see if that'll work, because I don't remember if I ever tried a brand new voltage regulator on this. When I was monkeying with this thing, guys, I had zero money, and I mean zero money, before I started working. This was even before, yeah, before my Graveleys were even making money. So this was ages ago at this point. So working on that. Wire for the headlights. Apparently I had another piece from there up to the headlight switch. So we're missing that, but the switch is still here. I remember the headlights worked in this thing. And I had the old generator light is just wired up, so I know when there's power to the coil or not if it shuts off. So a lot of times the spark plug wire fell off because obviously I don't have the right spark plug wire. So yeah, I'm going to clean this corner of the camera. It looks blurry. Is it focused? Little veins in my hand. Kind of creepy. I can hear the autofocus chattering, so we'll quit. Alrighty guys, so apparently it's going to be time for me to make a eBay order in order to make things work correctly around here. So I went and found a choke cable bracket. Had one of those, but I have zero clips. I mean, I've looked on every motor I own, and I do not have the clips. That motor doesn't have one. That doesn't have a bracket or a clip. That doesn't have a bracket or a clip. There is 5 more motors in that other building. I don't want them. All the ownings back here don't have them. So I guess I'm gonna have to order some clips. And I know for a long time, as soon as I got them, and clips are almost like freaking gold. At least for me, because they seem to be like the most missing thing. So I'm gonna order up a round of those. I can get this running without it, but that's you know, just gonna be a detail to make it right. Otherwise, and voltage regulators, and probably ought to order some spark plug wires for L's. That'd probably be nice. Front tires seem to be a thing. Right front tire on this is junk. Right front tire on this only holds air a couple hours, and then it fades off. So it's so what I'm gonna do later, I guess. But I guess tonight, I guess I'll come back out here. I'll run some jumper cables over to this, and I think the fuel line's still in this, unless I stole the fuel line too. No, it looks like it's hooked up. We'll put some gas in this thing and make sure we got Spock, and we'll try to fire it up, make sure we get her to run like she used to, and then at that point spend a little more money on it. This tractor here would be the ideal mowing tractor over the 222, because this tractor here is manual lift, and generally these decks work similar to the way Gravely decks work, where they have a lift but they run on the rear wheels. So it's similar like that. So a hydraulic lift is kind of a waste for a mower deck, but that would make the 222 a good snowplow track. But the PTO clutch doesn't work on the old 220 here. Actually, the PTO clutch is off of it. I think you guys can see the shaft. Most of the parts are laying there for it. Case has a very, very complicated clutch compared to most things. See, there's all the spring washers and everything in there. You go in there in a certain order, and it's basically these Bellevue beveled, or however you want to call them, spring washers. That's actually what makes the clutch engage when these spring out. I mean, these could be bad. It was always on my list to figure it out, but kind of, when I started working on this, I just took it off because you have to take the front pulley off and everything. So, anyhow, guess, yeah, we'll just go into getting this thing running and we'll make it perfect later. Still don't know if I like this stack or not. This thing always had a really short, stubby stack on it. I was debating about that, but I have this long pipe, and the long pipe on L's just doesn't work. You're better off with a short one, so we'll do this. And it has to be angled like that, because if you angle it to the side, hood won't open and close. You know, always something. So anyhow, I'll come back here after dinner and tidy up a few things here and just see what happens, because I haven't even hooked a battery up to it, so I have no idea what's going to happen here. Alrighty guys, I got the old case wired up here. I guess we're going to make sure there's some petroleum in the tank. Might be kind of helpful later. I don't even know if you guys can see that. There's something in there. It smells like gas. So, smells like old gas. That's nice. So, the only thing I've done off camera here is I topped it off with oil. And just made sure when I hit the starter it was going to crank. So, better put my earplugs in case this thing explodes. This case here, as long as it would roll over, it would start. I actually kept the old belt pulley on this because I could actually pull start this if the battery was dead. That's how good it was. So it's in neutral, and the rear end is not in gear, so I guess let's just see what happens. The starter was not that good, I remember that. Give her a little spray here. See what she does. See if it's got spark. I'm gonna say we don't have spark. I swear it popped once there. The generator light wouldn't light up either. I was pretty sure that worked, but where is that wire at? What do you guys think? Clean the points? If I can find a piece of sandpaper here. I mean, to be honest with you guys, oh yeah, them points are nasty. Ow, she's sparking. Alright, now let's see if the old girl will dance. There's my girl. I don't think she's getting fuel, but maybe she'll run now. So she'll run, but she ain't getting fuel. So, it's not getting any fuel, but it will run. Okay, let me see if I got, need to tighten that down too. Let me see if I got gas getting up to the carburetor. Also, let me make sure the fuel's turned on. I think this has a fuel shut off. I don't remember. Alright guys, I think I got it. I got gas up to the fuel pump now. So, give her a spray here, turn the choke on, and see what happens. Alright guys, I still don't think it's sucking the fuel up out of the tank. I put money on this needs a new fuel line. Try and cut this fuel line off a little shorter. That is a hard fuel line. Come on, little girl, I just want to hear you run once on your own tonight. That's all I'm looking for. I was actually just starting to suck fuel there at the end. All it is, if I could get that fuel line to seal on there, it would run. Alright, Kowalski. Need a fuel filter and a nice soft piece of rubber line. Let me look around. It only has to be like yay long. Just in case this works, I put a short piece of soft line in with a fuel filter in it, and I was able to get that to slide down in. So, see what she does here. I probably ought to run the jets in and back out just to clear them out. And we'll go with 4, even though that's still excessive. Well, the fuel filter is full now. So are the jets just plugged in this thing? old girl. It's time to get back on the case. She always was a good running old girl.